Hello, and welcome back to another update of the Utah housing market. Let's kind of dive into what we've got going on. Today is Friday, the November 14th, and we're about 10 o'clock a.m. So far, we have 13,180 homes on the market currently. This has dropped a little bit. We were about the 13,500 a few weeks, a week ago or so. And so it has come down just a little bit. It'd be interesting to see over this next month, and really over this winter if we do come back down to like the 11,000 that we were kind of the year before. But we'll see. We'll see if we'll probably more than likely stay around in the 13 or sorry in the 12,000s. I'm guessing during this next winter. But we'll come along, and it always kind of just depends on the interest rates and kind of what they're doing. They are. I heard some news that they are allowing loans to happen without having to look at the credit score. So if your credit is hurting, there's a chance that over this next week or so that you'll be able to get a loan without having to worry about your credit score necessarily. So there'll be some other factors, of course, that will still be in play. But feel free to reach out if your credit is hurting. Let me know, and we can be able to kind of talk to a lender and be able to get that figured out. As far as over the last 30 days, we have had about 3,000 homes that have sold. That is just up a little bit from last time we were looking at it on Tuesday. But that's just kind of the last 30 days that we're looking at. Median days on market, about 44 days still, kind of around that same 40 still around that range. Median home price, it looks as it has gone up just a little bit as far as how much, but that's in the last 30 days. This month, I think we're still going to be probably very similar to where we were before. But let's look at how many active homes came on yesterday, and really this morning up until 10 a.m. And so we've had about 240. How many homes went under contract yesterday was 75, but also these ones also went under contract. They're just now in backup status. And so you've got still quite a few that are going into backup status. These are just yesterday that went under contract. And there's a lot of people still wanting to be able to have a backup offer in place because there are still a lot of buyers that are, potentially kind of backing out just depending on if the inspection might not go well or variety of reasons going on too. So this is kind of a daily snapshot. We are looking at just a weekly this week compared to last week or sorry last month. No, yeah. So last year. Sorry, the black line is last year and this blue line is this year. How many homes we have active? We did get a little bit of a bump, kind of from last year. Last year's looked like it stayed steady, but granted that might have been a weekend. No, that I don't think that was a weekend. But yeah, we've kind of got a little bump that came up. Um, and how many homes kind of in the backup? How many homes under contract? So we definitely see from last year we have last year is a black we had more under contract where this year we have a lot more in that backup status. So both of them are under contract, but if you see that they a lot of them kind of put it more into that backup status instead of just necessarily kind of just going straight under contract. So kind of staying steady as we've been from last year these last few months. Nothing's really changed too drastically. We did see a little bit of a decline in how many homes have sold over the last couple days. Granted, today is the 14th, so I wouldn't look at today necessarily, but there was kind of a dip yesterday that had some homes that have sold. But granted, there's a chance that people haven't just updated the status. And so, but you see, kind of see that spike that we had. And granted, these 2 days are a weekend, just like in the black, these 3 days or so were the weekend. And so, we kind of had a spike up and then came back down. So as we'll play with that a little bit. Anyway, but kind of different than the spike that happened last year. So we'll see over this next month how many homes actually sold. We did have a good number that did during October. I expect that November will still be kind of very similar. It's just kind of these days might be a little different from what we had before. And then just kind of as we go through, I mean, granted, November we're only halfway through the month, but we're at 950 homes that have sold, and about 520 is a median home price, and so down just a little bit. But granted, we haven't hit the full number as well, and so, but I assume that we'll probably be in a similar range there as well. Price per square foot, down just a little bit, but there's a good chance that some of these, maybe bigger homes or so that have a higher price per square foot haven't sold during this time. So we're only 950. We'll kind of watch that as we go along during this month. And then we do have here is our interest rates that have been over the last couple days. Now, granted, we don't have them up just yet as of today's what they've done, but we did have a little drop that was Wednesday, and then Thursday they came back up to kind of where they were before. So just a little bit of a drop, and then they kind of came back up to where it was. So around that 6.3, which isn't too bad. It's not in the sevens, it's not in the eights, it's just and most people are able to get a little bit lower. Granted, always remember that this number is more just a national average, whereas in depending on your circumstance, there's a good chance we can be able to get that a little bit lower with the lender that you're working with. But also, but builders are still giving incentives, and those builders will probably still be giving those incentives during this winter time, try to still move their inventory. So feel free to reach out. We'll be able to get you guys a good deal, the best deal that we can. And there's a lot of different options here in Utah. So feel free to reach out and we can give you help. I can help you out in letting you know what kind of deals and what areas and what the best place would be for you in your situation and really what you're looking for. But anyway, feel free to reach out. Hopefully this is helpful. Enjoy your day and we'll talk to you on the next one. Have a great day.